The Public Services Union is not a legally registered trade union. If you were to go to the Registrar of Trade Unions, which is the Labor Department, and ask for a list of all the registered trade unions, you will not see the Bahamas Public Services Union on that list. So subsequently, any agreement that is signed with that union is illegal. And we are working under a shift system, which is a component of that agreement. And we have been working under that system from January 18, 2010. Now, there have been some assertions in the media that us taking a strike now has been politically motivated. Now, I have here with me a Tribune dated December 30th, 2010. After having worked most of the calendar year under this system without any resolutions being achieved, we would have formed our union in October of 2010, and after that we would have started sensitizing the public and our employers to what was taking place as a result of us working on this shift system. So the assertion by anybody that what we're doing is politically motivated is certainly untrue. This is the Tribune. You may be able to go online and get it in a PDF format if they still have those. And this is just one of the many interviews that we've done with the media. So today, what you see happening is only because of the unwillingness of the government to negotiate. But we saw fit to organize ourselves in accordance with the Constitution, and we have a good lawyer representing us in the person of Mr. Obi Ferguson, and we're now under the Trade Union Congress. So we feel that representing ourselves is the best thing moving forward, and we're going to do what it is that we have to do. Again, I say that we did not want to have to do this, but we were left with no choice. If the government wanted to negotiate, you and I would not be having this conversation.
We established a subcommittee of the union and members of Immigration and Customs and the Department of Labor to work out an agreement which was supposed to have been signed by all parties. After that subcommittee reported to myself, which I sent on to the Prime Minister, the union consulted the attorney, Mr. Obi Ferguson, and some new terms and conditions were added to that agreement. And therein lies the problem.
However, the union asserts that such additions on our part were in keeping with adjustments made by the government. You made the adjustments, you destroyed what we agreed to. We, in turn, changed one or two items. The things that you put in place, we changed. When the Prime Minister said, pay them back from what you owed from March 10th, he said this, all of this here. They add the portion here, it is agreed that the employer determines. So there's no agreement there. This is what they implemented. Brother, these people didn't wait for that more than 2 years ago. There's no negotiations on that. So why put that in there? And when we send it back and write you about your changes and we made the changes, what is the issue? You destroyed what we had, potentially, because you're not truthful in representing what's in the trade dispute. The trade dispute that she mentioned, she showed you, you cannot pay less than we had. And they're trying to gloss it over to say, they're simply saying pay the overtime. That's what they're trying to use, say pay the overtime. But they ain't dealing with overtime, wage and job description. They're dealing with you can't pay us less than we had. And so Mr. Pinder and the government signed it then, and that was under the, I think, the PLP government at the time. And so the Honourable Minister, Prime Minister now, he went ahead with the program. But even the Honorable Prime Minister knows that we cannot agree to break the law. Don't care how much they want to do it. Don't care what the rationale is. You can't agree to break the law. And that's all this is. And government simply, to me, didn't want to deal with what they know they did in the past. 2 years ago, when they put that into effect, the shift system, they put into effect a system that was not structured for customs and immigration. So it's still rife with problems. People cannot get a weekend off, and when we tell people, individuals have to apply for vacation to go to church on weekends, man. Something fundamentally wrong with that. And yeah, everybody making noise with the money, but it has to be about the money. Almost everything inside of an industrial agreement has something to do with funds. So what's the big deal about the money? Let's deal with the central issue. The government broke the law with the BPSU. They want us to sign on something and gloss over the central issues, and we will not do that. Furthermore, we will continue what we're doing, and the dissolution of the House of Assembly is not in our purview. We're not even concerned with that. What we are concerned about is our members need to be properly represented, and it is the 7th of May. We will be doing what we're doing, pursuant to a strike action, until the 7th of May, and then we will give whomever is the government, be it red, be it gold, be it green, be it a combination of any two of them, or all three combinations. We'll give them a month in fairness to sit down and let's resolve it. They all have labor experience, all of them, so they ain't gonna take that long. So let's sit down and let's solve it. And let's solve it honestly and fairly, and let's stop trying to dissuade the Bahamian public against what we're trying to do. What we're doing is just, and it's fair, and it's right. Anybody wants a copy of it, ask the Honorable Prime Minister to have Labour give you a copy of the settlement they sent.
From 2008, the compensation study was done and completed, and we have yet to see the result. Okay. The wage and job description. So we say until the compensation study is exposed and we can see the truth of the compensation study, we are not going to talk anymore. We want you to bring the compensation study. Let us see what the compensation studies say. Let us see if we are being unfair. Now the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister are getting up and they're making all kinds of statements. Well, it's election season. They have to appease the public. They are looking for a job. So they have to say something to gain employment. We are employed. We want to go back to work. We don't want to destroy this country. We live here. All of our investments are here. We don't have any place else to go. So why do they want to make the public believe that we are trying to destroy this country? The Prime Minister dissolved the House with us on a legal strike. You tell me what the Prime Minister is saying to the nation. Dissolving Parliament with Customs and Immigration, your purse and border collectors out of the office.
Done deal. And he brought a paper that he didn't want to show nobody. And say, man, listen, it's a done deal. Y'all might as well agree to this, and so on and so forth. The funny thing is, he was the very one who said later down that he had breakfast with the Prime Minister that Saturday before he even come to the meeting, and that's where the document was signed over breakfast. So, Mr. Pinder and the Honorable Prime Minister, it appears to me that it's almost like a man and a woman still in love, and a baby has come about, and now they're trying to run behind to try and clean it up. But you can't clean up something that is ever growing. We today come across as a rock of offense and a stone of stumbling to them, because we know we have the written information, and in fact the Prime Minister is saying that he didn't know it come from. We wrote him the 27th of March.
We're here today exercising our constitutional right. We see our other law enforcement agencies here like the Royal Bahamas Police Force, trying to hinder what it is that we're trying to do today.
Exactly.
Maybe they were instructed, I don't know. But we're going to stand firm and do what it is we're here to do.
Okay.